Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan, and today I have another Readathon TBR to share with you. And it is less ambitious than my Booktubeathon TBR because we know that I didn't do the whole TBR. I read one book out of that TBR, and it was like 11 books long. Today's TBR is for the Reading Quest. Now, I saw it going around on Twitter, and I was like, I don't know what that is, and it looked interesting, but I didn't really look into it until Ashley from A Dash of Ash mentioned it. So then I looked into it, and now I'm gonna do it. The Reading Quest, you have this quest board. I will put the quest board right here, or right here. The quest board, and you pick your character, like a knight, or a bard, or a mage, or a rogue, and then you do their path on the quest board. And there's also side quests in the middle, and they're basically reading challenges. And it lasts from August 13th to September 10th, so it's a month long. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the reading quest. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to pick the path of the mage to begin with, because of course I'm picking the mage. I always pick the mage. Like, no matter what MMORPG I'm playing, I'm usually playing a mage of some kind. Elementalist, illusionist, some sort of magey-like thing. That is usually what I jump towards. Wizard, witch, whatever it is, that's usually what I'm jumping for. But it also, because of the challenges suit me a little better. And today I'm going to start by making a TBR for the mage path. The books are right here. This is how high they are. Like, it shakes the table when I tap them. Though these are mostly backup books, actually, for certain challenges. So the mage's path is the first down path on the bingo board. 5 squares. So I have set in stone almost my first 5 squares. For the most part. There are a few that I'm kind of like, I'm gonna read this, or I might read this. Because, God forbid I make a solid plan for something. But the first one is the first book in a series. First book in a series. Now, I don't think you have to do these in order. You just need to stay on your character path until you complete it, I believe. So I'm not actually going to start with this book, but this is the first book in a series for that challenge book that I'm doing. This is Shadowfell by Juliette Marillier, and it is the first book in what I presume is called the Shadowfell series. I'm not actually sure. Oh, look at that big text. It's huge. Very excited about that. So this book is the first book in a series. I don't have any backups for this. This is what I'm gonna read when I get to this challenge. And then the next challenge is a book set in a different world. Again, this is something super easy when it comes to fantasy. I have 2 choices, 2 things I'm not sure. The first one is Mask of Shadows by Lindsay Miller, I believe, and it is an e-arc that I got from NetGalley, and it comes out August 29th, so I want to read it before August 29th, because that's like a couple of weeks away, so I should read it now. So I might read that, and I'm mostly sure that this is set in a high fantasy world, but if I don't read that, I will be reading The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. This is the second Kiss of Deception book. I am mostly sure this is set in a high fantasy world. So that is my backup book if I don't read Mask of Shadows for that. The next one is a book based on mythology. This is the one I'm most unsure about. I was going to read The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan, but I'm 30% into that, and you can't you can't reread a book or use a book that you're already partially done with. So I can't use The Red Pyramid for that. So the second book is The Throne of Fire, but I'd have to finish reading The Red Pyramid, and that feels like a waste of time when I should be reading new books to complete challenges. So I'm not sure about that. I'm looking for a different book based on mythology, but it's kind of hard. Like, I don't know, I don't have a whole lot of things on my massive TBR that are based on mythology, apparently. The one after that is a book that contains magic. And for this, I'm going to read A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, the second Shades of Magic book. I am so excited to read this. This is what I'm going to start with, and I need to read it. I am so excited. It's been waiting in my library holds for, like, nearly 2 weeks. It's almost expired. It's going to expire a few days after the challenge begins, so I want to read it really badly. I'm putting it off until the beginning of the reading quest here. Like, it is, but it's hard. It is hard because I want to read it right now, but I'm waiting. But if I screw up and start reading it early because I'm a jackass, I'll switch it out for A Conjuring of Light, which is the third Shades of Magic book. The last square on the quest board for the Mage Path is a book with a one-word title, and for this I'm most likely going to read Nixia, which is another e-arc that I got from NetGalley. It comes out September something. I want to say 11th or 12th, and it is a sci-fi book, I believe, and it's another e-arc that I need to read before it becomes published, or else I'm going to feel like a jackass. So there we go. While you can't do other character quest squares while you're a certain character, like while I'm on the Mage Path, I can't do any of the Knight or Bard squares. You can do the side quests that are in the middle of the board, so I have a few of those that I'm really excited for as well. One of them is Potions, a book concocted by 2+ authors, and for this I'm either going to read This Shattered World or Illuminae. This Shattered World is by Megan Spooner and Amy Kaufman, and Illuminae is by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, and both of them have been on my to-read list for a while. This Shattered World has been on my to-read list forever. Like, I read the first book in this series. I want to say it's called the Starbound trilogy, but I'm not actually sure. And I've been wanting to read it since I read the first book, but I haven't gotten to it yet. So I might read that, or I might opt for Illuminae. We're not sure. I don't know. Oh, Grind, a book with 500+ pages. I have 3 giant books right here to show you. Like, there are some books I'm considering. I might use A Conjuring of Light for this. Is a possibility. Apparently it's like 600 and something pages. I also have some very large books right here. If I end up reading The Heart of Betrayal for the A Book Set in a Different World challenge, I'll use The Beauty of Darkness, is the third Kiss of Deception book by Mary E. Pearson, because this one is 684 pages. So, but I'll only do that if I read The Heart of Betrayal. I don't know. So it's kind of unlikely. But I also have here possibly A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second A Court of Thorns and Roses book. I've been putting it off forever. I kind of don't want to read it, but it is a big-ass book. It is 624 pages. It's heavy. But if I don't feel like reading any of those, I do have a pinch hitter, and it is Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson, which I have been putting off since this book came out. Like, I kind of wanted to listen to the audiobook of The Way of Kings, kind of reread it, but I don't want to. It's 1,000 pages. This is 1,000 pages. How many pages is this? Exactly. I need you to know exactly how many 1,000 pages it is. Like 1,084 pages, including the glossary, I think. This is a big, heavy book. I know that the third one comes out this year, this fall sometime. Oh my god. Oathbringer comes out this fall. I need to buy Oathbringer in hardback because I already own this and The Way of Kings in hardback, so I need to own Oathbringer in a giant-ass hardback. And then there's Respawn, a book you previously did not finish, and for that I'm probably going to read, well, actually, I'm not sure if I can use Graceling for this. Like, because I'm not rereading anything, and I was like halfway through Graceling. I did hold it for my mother, so I might be reading it anyway, who knows. And then, or I might restart City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Don't really wanna, but everyone on BookTube seems to love the Shadowhunters, like, a lot for some reason, and I feel kind of left out, because I don't care. I don't know really anything about the series, and I don't care about it at all, yet so many people seem obsessed with it, and I've always put it off. Another challenge I'm excited for is Animal Companion, an animal in the title. I'm either going to read Six of Crows or Ravenflight, which is the second Shadowfell book, which is in my mother's room because she is reading it currently. So I don't know. Those are the side quests that I'm most excited for, as well as the Mage Path. I have kind of set up TBRs for the other 3 character classes, but, you know, I can only do them if I complete the mage path. What I would love to do is to complete a character class a week, because that's kind of what you would have to do to complete the whole board. I highly doubt that's gonna happen, like, let's be realistic here, but if I do complete the mage class, I'll move probably on to the bard, then the knight, then the rogue. Yes, and I do have, like, ideas of what I would do for those challenges, but I will talk about those if I ever get to them in the Reading Quest videos, which I will be doing weekly. I will probably do, like, weekly vlog/updates, wrap-ups. I'll try to keep those very concise, unlike my booktubeathon videos. You know, concise. Something I'm not particularly skilled at, but, you know, I will try to be concise. So those will go up every Sunday, probably. I will leave a link down to the Read at Midnight blog post about the Reading Quest sign-up and stuff, and all the important links about the Reading Quest down below. I will be linking those. Also, I made myself a WordPress blog. Just because I can, I suppose. And I will leave that link down below, but it's megsreading.wordpress.com. I made it, so mostly to post these videos with textual summarizations. So I will be linking the post about my post on that blog about the Reading Quest down below. Isn't that exciting? I'll probably cross-post my Goodreads reviews down there as well, so that is a thing that is occurring. But yes, all the important links will be down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you're doing the Reading Quest, feel free to tell me about what books you plan to read down below, and I will see you later. Oh, whoa, hey, I didn't notice this before. Hey, that's Shallon, I think. Oh, hey, look at her.